The primary purpose of the CAF podcast is to express platform for creatives to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
So let me
Okay.
start by doing this first. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd welcome you back. Season 9 Cal Podcast. It's our 5-year anniversary. Actually, it's our 5-year anniversary today, and we bringing you a special episode. This one it just happened out the blue, but we glad to have her. So this young lady I'm about to introduce, I met through one of our former guests, India. Which happy birthday to India! Today is her birthday.
Yes.
But she said that this young lady has a cosmetology line and she's looking to do some stuff. So I was moving so fast that I forgot to ask some things, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself. But first thing first, we want to welcome to the Cal Podcast for the first time, Miss LaLa. Welcome to the Cal, LaLa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just so glad that we were able to connect through India for you to allow me to be on your podcast. It's just an honor, and I'm just so grateful.
Well, you should. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It's a no, but like today is our 5-year anniversary, and like I was moving so fast that I forgot. Like I'm right now cutting up videos to post on our Instagram and YouTube and our Facebook because it's literally our 5-year anniversary. So, but Lala, before we get started, I'm gonna let you tell the people, a quick, short introduction about yourself and let them know who you are, what you got going on. You ain't got to go in details because we're gonna talk more about it in the podcast. But just
Okay.
give people an introduction about you.
Okay. So my name's Lanacia, but everyone calls me Lala. Um, I have a cosmetics line, and it's called Purpose Cosmetics.
Purpose
It's
Cosmetic.
Purpose Cosmetics. The cosmetics line was given to me by God. He gave me the vision, and I just, I seen it through. Everything that I do is wrapped around purpose and walking in purpose. So the first thing God gave me was Girl Talk with Purpose, which Girl Talk with Purpose is actually a podcast also. And
Yep.
it's about helping women not just walk in purpose, but helping women walk in their God given purpose to do that one thing that they have been created and they're called to do. And so that's how it all started out. And everything that I do, it operates around God. God is my everything. Without him, I would be nothing. I gave him my yes, and he has blown my mind ever since then. He gave me vision. He gave me purpose. He's leading me to my destiny, and I'm just so thankful that he has chose me because he could have chose anybody, but he decided to choose me. My cosmetics line is my baby, and I have it on today.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
my cosmetic foundation on, my lipstick, my blushes, and everything of that nature. And then Girl Talk with Purpose. Like I said, it's all about helping women walk in their purpose.
Okay. All right. So we got all that, and we're gonna talk about all that. Plus, we got what we got going on for our 5-year anniversary. And I just want to let you know the theme is 5. So we got a couple questions. I got a game. I had to switch it up because once again, we do have a ratchet side, but we do have a godly. Well, I ain't gonna say godly. We just have a cleaner side. So I'm not gonna ask you none of the ratchet stuff. But
Yes.
first question that we asked Lala and the Calf, and we always ask people this question, and we stole this from Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club. How is your mental health?
My mental health, actually, I'm so glad you asked that because my mental health is good at this moment. But I would say I have had mental, you know, issues where my mental health wasn't so good. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe that a lot of individuals don't talk about mental health because they're embarrassed or they're shamed or they just don't want anyone to know what they have experienced or what they're going through. But I just want anybody that's watching the podcast today just to know that if you're going through mental health, it's okay. Let others know what you're experiencing, let others know what you're going through. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to tell somebody that you're having intrusive thoughts. Don't be ashamed to tell somebody that, you're having anxiety and your thoughts are taking you over. Don't be ashamed to reach out for prayer or go to a church or covenant or go to your doctor or reach out to a friend or tell somebody what you're experiencing, because a lot of times with mental health, individuals hide it because they don't
Yeah.
want anyone to know, because they're in a moment of feeling shameful, like I can't believe this has happened to me. I don't want anyone to know that I'm going through this. So if you need help, reach out, tell somebody, call somebody, let somebody know that you are being taken over by your thoughts or your mind or anything of that nature.
And you said a lot, but you hit the nail on why we asked that question. So, excuse me, LaLa, I don't know if you know, but there was Miss Universe, Miss Alabama, and then there was a cheerleader for Southern. All black women, all committed suicide, and um, I always say it like this. I was being pigheaded. I'm like, why are these beautiful black women committing suicide? And so when we ask that question, we like, if I don't know what we can do, but if we can help somebody come off that list, we're going to do our best. Because even the girl from Southern, she wrote a note before she committed suicide, and she said if her grandfather was here, he would tell her what to do. And she was like, since he's not here, I guess I'm just going ahead and do it.
Wow, wow. Yeah, like I said, a lot of times you don't want anyone to know what you're experiencing because it's almost like the enemy try to make you believe that you're the only one going through it, right? You're the only one
Right.
that's having a mind battle. You're the only one that's having anxiety. You're the only one and that's so not true. There's so many individuals that are facing the same battle that you are. I mean, I can go in details on how mental health is, but I'm no doctor. I'm no doctor at all. But sometimes you got to understand that there is a spiritual warfare that's been released in the atmosphere, and sometimes and you're gifted, you take a hit in the spiritual realm. Not saying some individuals don't need medicine, not saying some individuals
Mhm.
don't need to reach out to the doctor, but on the spiritual side, you also have to know that we fight not against flesh, but we fight more in the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? And sometimes in that realm, you're hit spiritually, in your mind. Sometimes it's generational curses, is stuff in the bloodline from the family that's so familiar. And it was so crazy because that you brought this up, and I'm gonna be honest, and I know this is God, because I had a friend over yesterday and I was trying to show her a couple of old pictures of me. And I remember pulling up this picture of me from my high school graduation. And I looked at the picture and I said, no one knew at that time, but I was really depressed.
Mm.
And I began to cry, not because I was sad, but it just made me realize how far I had came. Because sometimes you forget where you come from, and in that moment, I forgot where I came from. I forgot how much I had overcame and how much I overcome, and that I am an overcomer. You know what I mean? And when I looked at that picture, it reminded me that one time that the enemy had me in such a bad place that I did not want to kill myself, but my thoughts were so intrusive, and they were telling me that I shouldn't live. And they were telling me to jump off a bridge, and they were telling me that I didn't deserve to live, and they were telling me to kill myself, and I
Mm.
didn't understand where these thoughts were coming from, because I was young. I was 18, I think 17, 18-ish. And I was at the prime of my life and I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to take the world on. And all of a sudden I had started having these bad, intrusive thoughts. And they
Mm.
got worse and worse and worse and worse. And only way I found my way out was through God.
What high school you graduated from?
So, Reebok.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Reebok.
whew.
Yeah.
Oh, whew. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel
So I
better.
went to Reebok and
Well,
I
yeah,
end up
well,
not
you got.
graduating from Reebok, but I graduated from a school connected, not really connected to Reebok, but Reebok was my school, my home, my home school that I went to. I think I left Reebok in the 11th grade because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. So my mom took me out and put me in the program where I could just graduate through that particular program.
Got you. What year? What year you was there?
So that was 2008.
Oh, you was I was gone. I graduated from Reebok '05.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So by the time I was coming in, you were leaving.
yeah, what was it? Oh, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you was a freshman. So your wilder years, I was already in the world. So okay, now let me say this. I know this is gonna be a good episode because that was our first question, and we didn't even get to the stuff that I want to talk about. But I got to go to our second question before we get to our next question because you are a black woman. I don't
Okay.
know if you married. I don't know if you have a boyfriend or boo or single, but we do ask a question because during the pandemic, because we started during the pandemic, I was
Okay.
on Twitter and I just be scrolling Twitter and I see white women, Latinos, other ethnicity getting attacked. I only saw a lot of black women getting attacked. So I have to ask this question. And I used to say something then, but I had to switch it up, because some people in certain states, but since you've been here in Florida, do you have protection and are you licensed to carry your protection?
I am not at all. I mean, I'm not. I have never even shot a gun, so that's just not my thing. But
So
I'm not
I'm
against
going
it.
to, no. I'm gonna need you to go get licensed. At least get licensed. And look,
Yeah.
if you don't want a gun, like my sister has a taser, 4,000 watts. You put that on anybody, trust me, they'll back up off you.
Well, I'd rather have a taser because yeah, I'm just
Go
I'm not that girl.
like I know in the state we don't need it, but I always tell people at least have it just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's our first two questions. Now, boy, you done got us, you done got this thing moving now,
I'm
because
sorry.
you done got this thing moving. So this is our 5-year anniversary, and I'm gonna keep repeating that. And this season we were just like talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Like we brought back some guests, some of our guests we had on before. And since you being new and what you got going on, I said I'm just gonna stick with what you got because you did say purpose driven.
Yes,
And
everything.
the fact that you said that, like this podcast, I know is purpose driven because of the people that we met, the situations we're going through. Even like some of our topics, like one of our topics was black men. We had black women. We had alpha and beta. But the one that really stood out to me, that was probably our best season. I want to say it was season 5 or 6. Was assignments and attachments.
Okay.
And when we was talking about it, it was a lot. So, but you, with everything from your cosmetic purpose to your podcast, Girl Talk, and then even you saying purpose driven, where did it all start? Like, when did you know you was purpose driven?
I'll say this. Once I gave God my yes, um, that's when the vision.
Because hold on,
Um,
I hate to cut you off because some people they do give their life and they go down and say, "Lord, I'm all this," but sometimes it's just like they think that's it. Once I give my life to Christ, I ain't got to do no more. But you said I gave him my yes, and kept going. So like
yes.
that's what I'm like the fact that you kept saying it is like that to me is just powerful in its own. Because most people don't just say I gave him my yes; they just said I gave my life to Christ.
No, I gave God my yes. So that means I surrendered my all to Him in such a way because it wasn't really about, I didn't give Him my yes to find purpose. I gave
Mhm.
Him my yes because I was in love with, I want to build I want to build a relationship with Him, and I want to fall more in love with God.
Okay.
And so when I did it, it was like it was pure. You know what I mean? It was about just me and Him. I wasn't trying to find money. I wasn't trying to find, goals. Just people have, their own motives behind why they do certain things. But my motive was pure. I wanted God, and I wanted everything that was connected or attached to Him. And so that day, when I gave him my yes, I didn't want to. I have to be really honest. Not because I didn't love God. I just thought that I wasn't finished with my worldly behaviors. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
knew that I felt like I wasn't ready yet. And I was struggling because I wanted to still be in the world. I love to drink. I love to have fun. I always been a light of the party. So I'm like, if I give him my yes, then I can't drink anymore. And that was my main thing, if drinking.
Mm.
And when I went to church on Sunday, my apostle, she's so amazing and I love her to death. Um, if you ever be looking for a church home and you need somewhere to go, come out to Zeal of Obedience. I mean, my ministry is amazing. Okay. It's an amazing
Okay.
ministry. When I have an amazing leader, she's amazing in so many ways. And her name is Apostle Laverne Shaw. And she didn't really know me. I just came to the church a couple times. And she called me up to the front and she said, hey, LaLa, I want to pray for you. And she began to pray for me. And I just remember, you know, going out in the Holy Ghost, you know how you be, you like the sinner
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I know.
church. They like, here go
Yeah.
the sinner.
Yeah.
And so, they picking me off the floor. I'm going all up and, you know, the Holy Spirit fell on me and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get back up, go back to my seat. It was never my intention to give the God my yes because I knew what I was doing. I knew I was having fun in the world. And so they picked me up and then she called me back and she began to speak in tongues and pray over me. At the time, I didn't know what that meant, but that being like the old school people, they say they tear it for your soul. This woman of God cared about my soul. She didn't care, about nothing else. She knew that my soul would prosper, that I would go to heaven, and she cared for me in such a way. And I remember hearing God say, I want to use you, but you have to stop drinking. And I remember me just being real and honest with God that day. I said, God, listen, I just don't like to drink. I love to
To
drink.
drink.
And he said, if you stop drinking, I'm going to move you suddenly. And when I tell you, he has done just that. Now, don't look at it as drinking for everybody. It may be one thing that God is trying to tell you to stop doing because he knows that that one thing is stopping you from purpose, it's stopping you from destiny, and it's stopping you from walking in your calling. See, mine was drinking because it's a generational curse, and it was stopping me from being the woman that God had called me to be. And so
Hmm.
drinking had to stop for me. But yours can be something else. Yours can be fornication. Yours can be drugs. Yours can be something else that you and God knows what that is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And not saying that some Christians can't drink. I'm not putting a statue on everybody. I just know that I can't drink because it's a generational curse for me. It's a stronghold. And I can never be the woman that God wanted me to be and walk in purpose if I was still drinking. And when I gave him my yes that day, that was a high. It was a high that not a drug could give me, not
Hmm.
alcohol could give me, not a man could give me. I'm telling you, it was a high, and I've been on that high ever since. And I don't want to come down. I have never came down, and I'm still on that same high.
Okay, you know who Tim Ross is?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, he got a podcast called The Basement. I think he was no, not Tim Ross. It was Kurt Franklin. I'm thinking of the wrong person. You know,
Okay,
Kurt Franklin said he was addicted to porn. And he said,
there we go.
even though this is when I think this was like God's property, he was still addicted to porn. And you would think that somebody at that level, they can get rid of something like that at an instant. But he said he had to literally, I guess, do it. No. He literally had to give himself up. And he said just one day, he just didn't have the urge to watch it anymore. So when he said he didn't have the urge one day, where usually at a certain time you watch it, for you, when it came to drinking, was like I don't even have a taste for alcohol, or you were like, or you just gave it up and said, you know what, I'm gonna fight my demons every day to not hold that cup.
Well, I can say this. So after I got my yes that day, I left. I was renewed. I knew I was about to walk in purpose. I knew I was gonna walk in destiny. But about 2 weeks later, my drinking partner calls me, and this was my drinking partner, and we were gonna do vision boards, and I stopped by the liquor store and I got some
Okay.
wine. And when I got the wine, I came here, and she came in, and I said, "Hey, I got some wine," and she said, "LaLa, I'm not drinking."
Oh
And I
wow.
said, "What? You're not drinking?" And I poured a glass of wine. I took 2 sips. And after those 2 sips, I poured it out and I poured the rest of the wine out. And I have never drunk again. And I'll say that was about maybe 6 years ago, maybe almost 7-ish years ago.
Mm.
I can't quite remember, but that doesn't mean anything. God took that from me right then and there. But 2 weeks later, I tried to drink. And when I drunk, I'm not gonna lie, when I took that sip, it wasn't the same. It was something different about the wine. It didn't taste the
Hmm.
same. It was just something off. It didn't give me that high, like I said, that I was getting from it, numbing my
Yeah.
pain, numbing the situation. Sometimes we think we're drinking because we just like to drink, but sometimes we're drinking to numb pain. We're drinking to numb out our situations, and I didn't even realize it. And so
Mm.
I realized that's why God didn't want me to drink, because I wasn't healing properly. I was numbing my pain through alcohol. And after that day, I didn't drink anymore. But that's not to say that that can happen for everybody. Just like Kurt said, it took him a while.
Yeah.
He had to fast, he had to pray, he had to seek God's face in order to be delivered. And don't look at your situation like anyone else's situation. Yes, he may have delivered me from alcohol that fast, but there's been other situations where I had to fast and I had to pray and I had to overcome those things, not just in one day or one night or 2 weeks. It took months, it took years, and there's still things that I'm still battling. You know what I mean? So don't compare your healing to someone else's healing. It's just that he took from me immediately.
Cal podcast, man. We celebrating our 5 year anniversary, man. We got LaLa in the here with the Cal. Okay, LaLa, we're gonna go to one of our questions dealing with five. Sticking with the theme five.
Okay.
What are 5 things that shape the person that you are now?
5 things.
That shape the person that you are now.
God, um, God first. I would say, give me 1 second.
Somebody call it.
Yes, and they like literally mess it up. And they may keep calling. I'm sorry. So I would say God first, purpose. I
Mm-hmm.
would say pain, because a lot of individuals don't like pain, but pain brings forth purpose. Pain brings forth oil. Pain brings forth destiny. And I would say the pain that I have experienced have molded me, it built character in me, and molded me into the woman of God that I am today. Um, what else could I say that you said that mold me?
That shaped the person that you are today.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I have five. I would say God.
One.
Of course, I'll say my church, my leaders at my
Okay.
church, definitely. That was one. I'm sorry. That would be the second one. I would say, like I say, a lot of people don't like it, but pain has
Mm-hmm.
molded me. Pain has molded me. I don't care what kind of pain it is. Whatever pain I have went through, when I came out on the other side, I was better than I was before.
Okay.
Um, my family and friends,
Okay. That's
and
one more.
I don't know, purpose.
All right, it's yours. Okay. Another question dealing with five. And this one it's gonna be easy. Who are the last 5 people you text?
Oh, my sister,
Your sister.
my friend, my sister in Christ, Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
My coworker Susan.
Okay.
um, my mom and my
Your
brother.
mom. Your brother. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stick before we get to the podcast and the cosmetology. I just want to ask one more question dealing with the purpose, because you keep saying it, and I can hear it on you. Like it's like even when you was I think that last talk you said you even had a little pastor in your voice. So what are some things that you think like most people don't understand about how to really get to their purpose? Like, because you got people out here now, like they're doing things, but it's like, is that your purpose? Like, so
Yeah.
how can they really understand, like, or how can they even get a word or a signal or a sign that they are going in the right direction toward their purpose?
I'll say the first thing to get to purpose is to go to your creator. who better, who would know better
Mm-hmm.
what, how can I say this? The best thing is for you to actually go and pray and ask God, what is your purpose?
Okay.
God has created you. So he knows your purpose. He knows what you're supposed to do. He knows what lane you're supposed to be in. He knows the move you should make, the direction you should make. So the first thing that I would say is prayer.
Okay.
Prayer and having that one-on-one time, that relationship with God will lead you to purpose. But not just purpose, your God-given purpose. Because when you find that thing that you were created to do, you're gonna do it effortlessly. It's gonna almost seem like you're not working. Like you're doing your podcast, you're doing your thing. It's almost like you're not working. You're doing something that you love to do. You can do it in your sleep. You can do it
Mm-hmm.
with your eyes closed. You can do it being blindfolded
Tell
because
him.
you have been called to do this.
Tell him.
And that's what people don't realize. I don't care. A lot of individuals go after the money. Don't chase the money. Don't chase the bag. Chase God, and God will give you the bag. Chase God, and He will show you purpose. He'll show you your destiny. He'll show you what moves to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though you may, sorry,
It's all good. We're gonna edit this out.
oh, I am so sorry they keep calling me.
We're gonna edit it out. You good? Trust. Listen, 5 years of doing this.
I
You
am so
you
sorry.
think you think you the first person who doing this on the phone that it didn't stop and get phone calls? Trust me.
Goodness.
I'm gonna edit this thing so good,
Wow,
you
they
wouldn't even
keep
gonna know.
calling. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. She didn't have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Wow.
Headline Starlight.
You have individuals who have left straight from high school, right? They left straight from their mom's house, graduated high school, and go straight to the military. The military takes care of food, housing, water, everything that they need, right, while they're serving. And then, of course, some folks are exposed, right, to different traumas in the military, but getting out, a lot of the times we see that our service members and veterans are struggling when they're out of the military because, you separated from service and now you're in the community, but you've never lived a life on your own. You've never known how to go about paying a bill because you've been in the military and the military pays your bills. You've never gone about how to get a job. You ain't need to because, you're in the military, so all they know in this military life, they travel, they're not close to friends and family, right?
DJ Star.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Trust me. We're gonna edit
I
it right.
truly do apologize. They kept calling me. Don't make no sense.
So getting back to purpose. Okay. So excuse me, not calling. I'm praying to
You wanted me
God.
to
I'm
answer that
talking.
question again because it was just so
No, no,
much
no, no,
going
no,
on.
no. We'll keep it moving because I had a backup question there because there are people who I tell people I don't know who's gonna watch this, but if one person watched this and they feel like they got it from, I did my job. So for the person who is gonna watch and they say I'm praying to God, but I still don't understand my purpose. Like I'm keep going to this dead end job. I want more. I done went back to school, got this degree, but it ain't doing nothing for me. I done decided to go try doing this over here, but it ain't doing nothing for me. Like I even saw some over here, but I'm like, I just don't have time. Like, how do I really what advice you them to say, okay, this is how you really know you're going to get to your purpose, or God is just leading you towards your purpose.
So the first thing I would say, like I said, prayer.
Prayer.
Once you begin to pray, God is going to lead you in the right direction of what He has called you to do, right? You know when it's your purpose because, like I said, once you start to do it, it will bring you joy and a peace that nothing else will bring you.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, me being on this podcast, even speaking with you on today, I know that this is my purpose. I know that it's my purpose to help individuals, not just, I thought it was just women, but now I'm learning that it's women and men, not just walking
Yeah.
purpose, but the walking their God given purpose. When I tell you, I can talk about it all day. I can talk about it all day. It brings me peace and comfort. I don't mind going out my way to help individuals walk in their purpose. Or, hey, LaLa, how do I brand this? Or, hey, LaLa, how do I do this? How do I do that? But if you're praying and you're still saying, well, God, I'm still confused about my purpose. I don't know which move to make. I don't know what direction to go. Keep praying. Don't give up on praying and not just praying, but listening to what God is trying to tell you back. What is he showing you in front of your face that you may be missing? You know what I mean? Because you may not hear him speak back, but God will put discernment, or he'll put someone to come in your life in the right direction. Just like, for instance, I have a podcast. India connected me with you, and you have a podcast. I didn't have to search for you. I didn't have to look for you. It's like God brought you to me. And so I would tell any individual to keep
Mm-hmm.
praying, because your creator, he created you. He knows your purpose. And he's just waiting for you to reach out to him and build that relationship with him so he can show you who you are and who you are and whose you are. So keep praying. Look for clues. Now, I'm not saying, sorry, not even clues. Look for his direction. Look for what he's trying to show you. Because a lot of individuals, we go down and pray, but we get back up so fast. Did you wait to see what God is trying to tell you?
And
Did
see,
you
and
give your
that part I'm learning because somebody said we always pray, and then when we get done praying, we say amen. But we should, once we get done praying, we should stop and actually listen to
listen?
hear to hear what he say before we say amen.
Listen,
So
yes.
I just learned that probably maybe like 5 days ago. Cause I was like, I always pray, but I never get the time for him to talk back to me. It was always, Lord, can you do this, this, and this, then and do this for me? But I know you great. I know it'll be in your time. Amen. What I should have been saying, Lord, can you do this, this, and this for me? But I know it'll be your time, and then wait for him to, because he'll respond. Now he may not talk to you, like we are, but
Yes.
maybe like he will respond in his way where it couldn't be him or nothing but him. So that part you said,
Amen.
I don't know about most people, but I can say that, and I'm real transparent on this podcast. I learned that 5 days ago.
Wow. And then discernment. You ever been somewhere something like, don't go that way?
Oh yeah, all the
Like,
time.
we're all gifted. There's no one better than the next person. Don't go that way. You like, why I can't go that way? But it's something in your spirit telling you not to go that way. And then you look back and you're like, wow, that it was just an accident right there.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to what God is trying to show you, what he's trying to say. You just don't wake up and want a podcast. There's something that he has already deposited. You already have it. It just needs to be activated. I
Yeah.
always was a person that motivated individuals. I was always the person everybody came to talk about their problems. I was always the person that can give great advice, not knowing that I would be amazing in ministry. I would be a mouthpiece for the Lord, but I always had it. I just didn't tap fully into it until I got my yes. Once I
Mhm.
say yes, I surrender. It's like the blinders was taken off my eyes. He began to show me who I was, and I began to talk, and I'm like, who is this girl? I feel the anointing when I begin to talk. I feel the glory when I begin to talk. And I didn't even know what I possessed. I didn't know who I was. But once I gave God my yes, this is, I feel the glory now. Something just happened. Something just took over.
Tell me something, because you feeling it now. Like and
It began to take over. And that only came when I said yes, when I built that relationship with him, when I started building that core with him. He started to show me who I was and what I possessed. And a lot of women, a lot of men, we don't know who we are. That's why so much competition and jealousy and envy and strife. And when there's no one out here with your DNA, nobody can be you.
hmm
Not one person can be you. God has made each and every last one of us different. We are all different, and we all bring something to the table, and we are like pieces to the puzzle. And when you put those pieces together, it it,
I'm just,
it, it ignites a fire.
I'm gonna just say this right now. Like, I don't know what you got, but I know if you do stop, you gonna be wasting your talent. If whatever it is, whatever you got going on now, if you just say, you know what, I'm done, you're gonna be wasting it, because the way you talk, the way you move, and the crazy part about it, we talked yesterday, we was talking about what we're gonna do, and you like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, I'm sitting here like, is this the same female? Like I'm saying, like is it another you? You got a twin or somebody, or you just,
No,
or just when the lights on and the camera on, that's when you
no.
start to shine. Because on the phone,
I'm
you
just
sound
humble. I'm a
on the
humble individual.
on the
This
phone, you sound like Miss Silly.
I'm a humble
Like
individual. Nothing
okay,
comes. This is all God. He gets all the glory, and that's why I just try to tell so many individuals when you connect with your Creator, you'll never be the same. You think you something. You think you think you walking in purpose. You think you walking in destiny, and then we have to stop too looking at people on social media. You don't know what they're going through to get
yeah,
that Bentley, to get
yeah,
all those different things.
yeah.
You don't want to seek those things. You seek God. Don't chase the bag, chase God. And God will give you the bag. He'll give you everything you need. And when you get the bag, you're going to be happy. You're going to have peace and you're going to have joy. But if you chase the bag, you won't have peace, you won't have joy, and you won't have happiness. But
Mm-hmm.
if you chase God, I'm here to tell you, if you chase the Lord, you chase your God,
Girl, that
your
hair
whole
is
life will be
bouncing.
different.
LaLa, that hair is bouncing, boo. That hair is bouncing. Let me calm you down. Okay, let me go to here. Cal Podcast 5 year anniversary. Okay, let me go to another 5. All right, LaLa, this is the Cal. So I
Okay,
don't know. I don't know if you're a fat girl inside,
I
but
am.
LaLa, what are the top 5 restaurants of your
Ooh,
choice?
I'm a real fat girl, and that's seriously.
I
I
need your
love to
top
eat.
5. I need your top
Hmm
5. I need your top 5. Hey, listen, it could be in Florida, out of Florida, in the US, out of the US. What are your top 5?
I love wasabi. I love me a good hibachi. That's just me.
Okay.
Um, I like Cold Stone.
Okay.
I do. Sorry, I just had to put that out there. I like a good brunch. It's not like I don't have like a favorite brunch spot, but any brunch spot. I love seafood, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter where it come from. I love seafood.
Hold
Seafood is
on.
like
No, no,
my
hold on, hold on.
top.
This hold on. We are
Okay.
in Florida. You gotta give me a seafood spot. You gotta give me one because I even have mine. I have 3.
I don't know. I mean, I like juicy crab. I like crafty crab.
I hate them spots. But go ahead.
I
This is
like
your this
all
is
of
yours.
them.
This is yours. This is yours.
But honestly, with
Nah, nope,
seafood,
nope, nope. Not getting away with this one. You want to give me one? You gotta give me one for this one.
uh,
You gotta give me one. Then you gotta give me one more. But you're gonna give me a spot for seafood.
I don't know. I'll say crafty crab.
Crab there.
I've been hanging with them lately. It's been
Okay.
pretty good.
All right. One more.
Um, what else I would like to eat? I've been liking cheddars. I don't know. I like cheddars a little bit lately.
Yeah,
Been
okay.
liking them.
Okay. You ever been to Copeland's brunch?
I don't like it. Sorry, I do not like it.
Hey, different
I don't
strokes.
like it. I don't like it at all.
Different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for different folks. Okay. All right. Now, once again, yesterday when I was talking to you, I was like, I don't, this girl got a podcast. I don't believe it because the way she was talking on the phone. But now I see it. So,
Mhm.
girl talk.
Yeah.
How did that get started?
When I gave God my yes, He began to tell me that I was going to help women walk in their purpose. So
Okay.
I'm like, me, little old me, gonna help women walk in their purpose? Like I ain't nobody. He started downloading. It's like a computer. You know how like you go and download the game. It's almost
Mm,
like he started download who I was and what I was gonna do and the impact that I was gonna have on women. And I was like, God, really? Then he started telling me to start this podcast. And I started it and I let it down. I started again. And then I
mm.
stopped again. I
Stop
started
again.
again. And I
Yep.
stopped again. But
I believe it. I
this
believe it.
year is my year. I've started it back up and I want
Okay.
to continue to have it.
You better, because the way you talking and the message and stuff like this, and I'm a big proponent of this, and that like, um, we don't know who we gonna help, but once again, if it just help one person, we did
That's
our
all that
job.
matters.
And right now, if you don't continue, I'm so serious about this, LaLa. And this is outside the cosmetology. If you don't continue with this, somebody's going to miss out on a blessing, and you was their vessel.
Yes, yes. I'm not stopping. Like I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. I can say that a lot of times when I stopped, God was just training me and molding me and making me. And
Mhm.
like I told you, pain bring forth purpose. And a lot of times I had to go through pain in order to get to the other side of this, because you just don't walk this walk. Once you help others walk in purpose, you have to go through it too, because you can't show somebody something that you never been through. So I can say this: I had to go through, I had to fail a million times. I had to mess up a million times. I had to give up a million times. I had to drop the ball a million times. That's the only way I can show you how to walk in purpose, because I actually went through it. And I one day I asked God, why do I keep going through the motions and motions with this podcast and purpose? And God said, how could you show others how to walk in purpose unless you went through everything concerning purpose? And that day I said, I just surrendered to the process of purpose. Because when you're trying to find purpose, you have to go through so many different avenues. Yes, you're gonna wake up and say, oh, I think I'm supposed to be doing this. Oh, I think I'm supposed to be doing that. Oh, you got to find your way. You got to mold and make you. But the thing about it is, when these things have been downloaded in you, you going to God and saying, hey, is this it? Is this what you want me to do? Is this how you want me to do it? And sometimes God will sit you down. He'll put you back up. He's molding you and making you through different situations. And just like your podcast, you can't give up on it. You got to be consistent. You got to keep
Mhm.
going. I know that probably were times when you sit down for a little moment, or you said, I ain't going to do one this week. You know what I mean?
No, no, no,
Or
no, no. I gotta,
things of
I
that
gotta,
nature.
I gotta cut you off. Like, so I never had that moment. And the reason why I never had that moment, because I really love this. I really like this. Like, I got to the point where when we first started, we was only doing one a week. I was like, I need to ramp this up. So I started doing 2 and 3, to the point where I think one week I did like four podcasts in a week, and I edited all those videos least by Friday. And not one time I was like, man, that was a lot. I was like, nah.
Wow.
I was like, yo, I like most people. I understand. Damn, LaLa, excuse my language. Like, I gotta say this, because I was, when we first started. I told a lot of people, you should start a podcast because you got this going on. It was a couple that I knew, they was in real estate. I was like, y'all should start a podcast as a couple, both of y'all doing it together. They didn't
Yeah.
move. It was this one girl. She could go on Facebook 11 o'clock in the morning and have 144 people on it. I like, you should start a podcast, because it was a lot. But I was tripping, because I'm up here telling people they should start a podcast. The whole time God was like, you need to start the podcast. I gave the vision to you. And the reason why I can say that, because it's never has been a time where I was ever frustrated. I mean, well, let me take that back. I was a little bit with guests, because we would ask people to get
See?
on. They would say yes, and then the day of it they would cancel. And that used to piss me off. But then I got to the point where it was like, well, that's their loss, because they missed out to being in the beginning stages of this podcast. So now when they do want to get on, or if I do ask them, excuse me, they do ask me to get on, I gotta be like, well, we booked for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So for when you said that, like all that stuff just started hitting me, because like,
You
yeah, I know my purpose is this. And like, no matter what I do for my regular job, for regular work, like at the end of the day, I know this has a purpose. It hasn't like blossomed to the where it's
mhm.
at, but when I talk to people, like my cousin, she didn't know I had dreads. She didn't know I cut my dreads until she saw the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
And the first word it says, I saw your podcast. That's how I knew you cut your dreads. Even
Yeah.
talking to certain people, they were like, you got them people be real sleazy. Like, I saw your little podcast. Like, okay, all right. And then you meet somebody else, and they glamorized by the podcast. They're pretending, yo, he got a podcast like the 85 South Show. I'm like, actually, yeah, we do. So like everything that you're saying, like the way you saying it is just, this ain't about me. Let me stop talking. This is about you. But go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, with you having a podcast, you went through some ups, you went through some downs, and you had to go through different um Like, okay, the sound not working, this happening, and you don't have guests and all these different things. And that was molding you and making you for the
Hmm.
podcast. And that's what God does. He builds character in us so that we can sustain where he's about to take us. Because yes, you have the podcast, but you had to be molded and made for the podcast. So as the podcast was going out, you got better and better and better and better, because where God is about to take us in the next season, we have to be ready for what's to
Hmm.
come. And so this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? This is just the beginning of what God has for you. I believe what God has for you, because when he's molding you and he's making you and he's flipping you upside down and shaking you, it don't
Yes,
feel
it.
good and it's uncomfortable. But it's greater on the other side. And this is just the beginning of your podcast. I believe that God is going to do something amazing and that he's going to do something great with your podcast, to where you say you're going to have individuals who you booked out for 2-3 years and they can't even get in. And then they're going to be like, wow, I should have got on that podcast. I should have took a moment to speak with him. But that's okay, because that is all a part of the plan. Because the enemy tried
Right.
to shut us down through rejection. He tried to shut us down by people not getting enough views or likes. But like you said, if we touch one individual, we have done our job. We
Okay.
we've done what we're supposed to do. So even if we have one person looking at this, we done our job.
Okay. Cal Podcast 5 year anniversary. We got LaLa in her kick with us. All right, going back to the five. Now, the first time I asked you what are five things that shape you. Now I'm asking what are five things that you love about you.
That's a lot. So
Five.
I
What
would
are
say
five things that you love about you?
I love um there's so many things I love about myself, but I can say the number one thing that I love about myself, I love my heart. I love my heart posture.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be one. I love the way I love people. I love people in such a way, you know, it's unmatched, right? I love people in such a way. And it's not about the people, it's the love. You know what I mean? The love for the people. Um, three, I love my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I love my personality. I got an outgoing personality. I'm a fun person. I'm very energetic. A lot of people say I'm very hyper.
Yes. And that's why I'm like,
I'm
who
very,
is this
very
person from the
hyper.
phone? Who is this
I'm
person from
very,
this phone call? Like, this is a totally, but hold on. I digest. I digest. Go ahead. Three more.
I'm a very hyper person. But I love the energy that I bring. Um, I love everything about me. And I can say in this last season, I have been catering to myself in such a way, in such a way that's just undeniable. Like, I'm loving on myself. I'm taking good care of myself. I'm nurturing myself. I'm healing myself. It's just so many things that I love about me that sometimes we have to do a little, searching and healing to appreciate ourselves in such a way.
Okay. All right. Now, with Girl Talk Podcast, because you say you're helping women and men and it's purpose driven, but this is 2025. And there are three things. Well, I was trying to come up with five, but I think these three things are probably some that people are like trying to get help on. And the first one is relationship, finance, and then finding their purpose. So,
Mm.
as a person who's doing girl talk, what would be, and we're gonna start with relationship first. Like, what little advice would you give to people when they're looking for their person, their
So
husband, their wife?
I'm gonna tell you this. I just got to be quite honest. I'm single. I'm married to Jesus, married to God. But
Okay, okay,
um,
okay.
Not saying that I don't want to be married because I do. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like I'm seeing, I'm married to the Lord. I'm, focused on God right now. And if God wants to bring that person in my life, he would do so. Um, but one thing I could say is women, we're so focused on being married. We got to cut that out. The goal, especially a saved woman, it's all about getting a husband. It's all about being married. You have to, and I'm not just saying this just because I was that person, okay, I got it all together, I'm saved, everything going right now, I just need to get married, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we lose focus because we're so busy trying to get married. If you take the time to work on yourself and be the best individual you can be for yourself, and work on your healing, work on your flaws, work on your finances, work on your credit, work on like anything, like if you want to sell makeup, if you want a podcast, if you want to start a business, a car, anything that you want to do, you need to perfect that right now. Bringing your focus on you completely, because I think so many women, and I'm not saying men don't have that problem also, but I see it mostly in women. We're so concerned about being married. We're so concerned that we're not complete until we're married. No, you're complete now. I'm complete before the marriage, and I'll be complete after the marriage. I'm complete all by myself. And this last year has taught me that I'm complete already. I'm already that girl. You already him. You know what I mean? You already that man. You already that man of God. I'm already that woman of God. And I don't want to focus on me being complete if I'm not married. I'm already complete. And
Okay.
so when that person comes along, you will be complete already. You'll be healed already. You'll be ready for the marriage. And I'm not going to tell you how to be married because I ain't never been married. So I can't tell you that. But what I
Mhm.
can tell you is to work on you.
Okay.
Work
Now let's.
on you.
I'm gonna flip it a little bit. What about the woman who's like, well, I need this, and the type of man. I just can't settle for just no anybody. I'm making six figures. I got the big house, the nice car. I got the nice regional vice
Wow.
president job. So I gotta have my man. Got to be this, and this, and on top of that, he got to be 6'3".
Wow. Well, you need you got some maturing to do. Let's just say that, because you shouldn't be looking for a man that's 6 foot and all these other things. You need to look for a man of God. Number one thing, a man of God. If you start naming all these things, you're gonna leave something out. Okay? Because we human. So what you want to tell the person is, what you want to say is, God, send me and connect me with the man of God that you want me with. Let it be a kingdom relationship so that we can make hell nervous together. Let it be um a man that seeks after God's heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe if you seek after a man of God, if you truly seek after somebody that has a relationship with God, they may get it wrong, but eventually they'll get it right because they're connected with God. And guess what? Let's just say you and your spouse get in an argument and your spouse think they're right, right? Let's just say that. And y'all going there, y'all having a heated moment. There's going to be a time where God can come to you and tell you you're wrong, and go to your spouse and tell them they're wrong. Show them this, show them, and show you in such a way, and then you guys can come back together. But when you got somebody that's not connected with God and somebody that's not on the, and that's if you in the church now. That's if you in the
Yep.
church.
Okay.
That's
I'm
if you
listening. We
in the
listen. We
church.
listen. We listening. We listening.
That's if you in the church. But I would say that I don't care if I was in the world. I always seek a man that was at least in it, like some kind of connection with God, like some kind of relationship with him, some kind of something with him. Because if you don't, then if you don't seek a man that's out the God, or connected with God, you're not going to get, oh, I don't want to say the wrong word, but you're not going to get a man. Like, let's just say if individuals cheating, you know what I mean? They're not going to be convicted. They're going to just do what they want to do. But with God, God is going to convict you when you're wrong. He's going to show you when you're right. He's going to show you when you're messing up. He's going to show you. things about your wife or your spouse that they wouldn't even know if God wasn't in the middle ground of the whole relationship. So I would say seek after a man of God. That's just my opinion. I don't know about you. What you say?
This about you. This ain't about me. Well, I got over 200 episodes. They can see what I say, but today this is about you, LaLa. Now the next one, finances, because money. Most people say money's the root of evil, but it does play a big impact
It
for some
does.
people in life. Like you need money. Trust me, as a person who was almost no, not one almost. I was dead broke. Like even not even having a dollar in my pocket, I moved different. So now with your podcast, what are some things about finances, or even if it's stuff you're gonna bring on? Like, what advice would you give somebody dealing with finance, or in better words, the money that's in your bank account?
For finances, I would just say it's so much with finances. It's
It
one minute you
is.
could be high, the next minute
It
you could be
is.
low. One
Mm-hmm.
minute you can, have $10,000 in the bank. The next minute you can have $0 in the bank, and it's because a lot of times we're looking at finances as just finances, but there's a lot of poverty in our bloodlines. It's a lot of poverty in the world. There's poverty. The cost of living is so high. Food is expensive. Everything is expensive. And if you a single mom or you a single dad and you doing all this by yourself, it's going to be even harder for you than somebody that's married or somebody that has somebody that's in a relationship. But I can say the one thing I've learned over the years, and I've had financial issues, financial burdens. I've overcame. I've done all kind of stuff. Is those who waste come to want. Stop being wasteful. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. Sometimes we are wasteful. We waste money. When we have a lot of money, we spend it all up doing things we shouldn't be doing. And then when we look back, when we need the money, it's not there because we wasted our money. We went out and we went out and when we get a lump sum of money, we out to eat, we buying clothes, we just doing stuff we shouldn't do when we should be saving that money in that moment. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too.
I done bought
Because
Jordans that I done gave away. I'm like, I could have kept them dollars.
and then now we need the money. And you looking at the shoes like I could have had them $200 in my pocket.
I was
And I
young.
don't even want to wear the shoes.
I was young.
So
I was dumb.
now I
It's
don't
all
wasted
good.
the money. So
I
I'll
know.
just say that for me, I'm learning that when you waste, you're gonna come to a point where you're gonna want because you've been so wasteful. And I'm at a point where you can't waste. You gotta, women, learn how to do your own hair, learn how to do your own nails. Pick up learn how to do your own makeup. And these kids, we spoil these kids beyond measures. We get them every little thing they want because we like, okay, I don't want my child to go through what I went through. I don't want them to have less than what I had. And then these kids do not appreciate us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't appreciate us at all. They don't have the work ethics, the skills that we have, because those things that we had to grow up on taught us something. It taught us value of money. It taught us value and appreciating our parents. And it taught us how to clean up and how to hold down the household. Those things that they don't even have because they don't know the value of money. And so we kind of got a generation thinking that they get on TikTok and all these other things that they can just get money that fast. You know what I mean? It's easy. And they looking at people on social media. Oh, okay, I do this and I can have a six pack. And them people don't have surgery. Them people don't had 13 surgeries.
Nah, I'm gonna cut you off there. Cause that's a whole different topic. Cause I be wanting, but I ain't even let you go down the road. Cause we go down that road, I'm gonna shut you up and I'm gonna do all the talking. Cause don't get me started on that right there. Do not get me started. I'm like, you know what? Let me just continue on, LaLa. Because I have you here for another 2 hours talking about that. But that's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that later on your podcast, Girls Talk.
Yes,
Okay, all
definitely.
right. Last five, dealing with the number 5 question. Outside of purpose, that's your word.
Okay.
We're gonna put that to the side. What are,
Purpose.
what are 5 powerful words that you think people need to hear every day?
Besides my okay, can't use purpose.
Can use purpose.
Um,
What are 5 powerful words that people need to hear every day?
I would say that they have everything I do. Like I say, is God. So you got to
Okay.
have God in your day starting off. Um, and with God, you have the power and you have the authority over your day.
So
That
God,
power,
power,
the authority
the authority
over your day.
over your day.
Oh no, now I'm gonna use those two: destiny
Destiny.
and 5 words.
5 powerful words people need to hear every day.
It's just not one word though. So power, authority, God, destiny. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to say the wrong word.
Okay. Now let's get into this cosmetology and your purpose driven line. It's not driven, is it just purpose?
Purpose Cosmetics.
Purpose cosmetic. What started that for you too? Like outside, well, no, let me take that back. That's a terrible question because we know what started that. Your purpose. What pushed you to actually go a step further? Because
Okay.
everybody, because you got Rihanna, she got her cosmetology line. You got this person got a cosmetology line. You got all these other people starting cosmetology line, and then here you come, like, you know what? I need to start mine. Like, why do we need purpose cosmetic? Excuse me, why do women need purpose cosmetic? Because I'm a man, I'm not gonna put myself.
So Purpose Cosmetics is just not a cosmetics line. It's all about helping women walk in their purpose, not but just their purpose, but their God-given purpose. That they can walk in that business deal and that business deal with their makeup on and feel beautiful. Or walk in that photo shoot with their lipstick and feel amazing. That it would help drive them into a purpose like never before. That when they put on that eyeshadow, that it enhance and bring something forth that they could never imagine. And that is all connected to their creator, which created them to walk in purpose.
Okay. LaLa, this has really been something that, like, I'm gonna keep saying it. That person on the phone, yeah, I didn't see this.
You
I didn't see
know.
it. You say you was humble, but it was giving silly. It was giving silly. What we talking? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna find. And I'm like, LaLa, we got time, we got time. And you was like, oh yes, yes. Oh, and then you like, oh, and then just to hear you talk now, like, and then you was actually like, well, what we gonna talk about? We've been talking for almost an hour now, LaLa. And
Yeah, I just
I probably had it, like I always keep topics. I always write stuff down, but we only hit 3.
wow, really? Yeah,
We
I
only
could
hit
definitely
3.
talk.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So you really do got a purpose. Now, I gotta end you with our Cal podcast questions. Let me pull them out. Now I had to change some of these because once again, we do got a ratchet side. So I'm not even gonna hit you with that.
Okay.
So I had to switch some things up. So some of the questions are gonna be fill in the blank. Some gonna be some one word. Some you could give a whole thesis on if you want to, but you do have to give us an answer to these questions. So, LaLa, the first question: love or money?
Love,
Financial literacy or health literacy?
health.
Uh, I had to, so the next 2 were kind of ratchet, but I'm gonna skip it. LaLa, what are 3 non-negotiables that you need in your partner?
I would say, like I said, it's definitely gonna have to be someone that's God fearing because I'm in the church, I'm connected with God. Um, Someone that understands me, somebody that truly do understands me in my good time or in my bad time. Somebody who truly do understands me. Um, somebody that can be a provider.
Okay, Lala, 5 years ago was 2020. What was you looking for going into 2020? What was you looking for going into 2020?
Let's see. So in 2020, I had just got saved. So I was just, was it the pandemic? No, not quite yet. Was it?
It was, yeah, it was going into 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
pandemic.
So no, I hadn't just got no, I hadn't been saved that long at that time. So in 2020, I was finding my way. God was just showing me my purpose. He was showing me who I was. He was showing me what I was becoming. And I was actually trying to put it all together. So I was basically, he was building character. He was molding me, but I hadn't got to this point yet. So it's almost like I was a babe in purpose. He was, like I said, like the computer. He was downloading um my purpose to me, and I didn't completely understand where I was going. And now that I'm walking in purpose, I understand everything that I had to go through to get to this point.
Okay, now this president for a day, what would be the first thing you do?
If I was a president for Jesus, these
Okay,
are some tough questions.
one day, what would be the first thing you do?
Um, Whoa, there's so much to be done in this world. It is so much. I just don't even know where to start.
What would be the
But the
first
first
thing you
thing
do?
that I would do if I was president, I literally would like, if I was president, the first thing I would do is help the people. That's the first thing I would do. I feel like so many individuals are homeless, don't have the finances, living from paycheck to paycheck. Um, I would help the people. I wouldn't be more concerned about, Congress and all this other stuff. I would help the people.
Okay. Cash money or no limit? Oh
Cash
la
money, I
la.
mean,
Okay.
cash money.
All right. Now, we talked about it, but Lala, if you could pick one restaurant where for the rest of life you don't pay a bill, you just show up, eat, and leave, what restaurant would that be?
I'm telling you, I'll be at Wasabi.
Wasabi. Okay. All right, now Lala, this question is going to be asked to you and only you. This question is going to be asked to you and only you this season.
Okay.
How important is this to get a relationship with God?
It is very important. I don't believe you can truly become who you should be if you're not connected with God. I don't believe you can walk in purpose. I don't believe you can walk in destiny. I don't believe you can truly be who you are until you have been connected with your creator. Once you have been connected with your creator, you can walk in such a way that doesn't it that's beyond measures. I I I would not be the woman I am today if it wasn't for God. This fire, this this fire I got in me does not come from me. This fire comes from the Lord Himself. He gets the glory, He gets the honor, and He gets the praise. This is not about me. This is about Him. And even about me even getting on. This is the first podcast that I have ever been on for any individual. Anybody else, I have not even been on anyone else's podcast. Some other individuals have asked me, and I just have never done it. And the one thing I can say is it's all about God. It's all about Him. If you draw closer to Him and if you get in a relationship with Him, your life, I promise you, your life will never be the same. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing on today, if it's mental issues, if it's addiction, if it's heartbreak or heartache, if it's grief, I'm telling you, God can come in the blink of an eye and mold and heal you from your pain like never before. You will reach a high that you have never got. You have a peace and you will have a joy that you have never experienced in your entire life until you become one and until you get in a relationship with God.
All right, Lala, and this is our Cal podcast question. We've been asking everybody this question since season 2, and I can't wait to hear your answer. But who got the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
I don't like either one.
So, have you tried both of them?
I tried Cracker Barrel. It's okay.
So you got to
I,
try Whataburger.
I have never tried Whataburger, but I don't like Whataburger burgers.
But that's burgers. We talking about pancakes.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it. But I
And
like Waffle House pancakes.
Waffle House ain't got no pancakes.
I mean, waffles. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Pancakes. Okay.
Okay.
Follow
Well, we're dealing with
directions.
these two. So you need to try Whataburger. My suggestion, the one off Normandy has probably the best pancakes in the whole city.
Early in the morning?
Yeah.
I never
You're
even
not,
knew that.
you're not a morning person?
No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't know they even sold breakfast. I didn't.
Got it. I'm just saying, try them. They not frozen. They make them on the spot. So people like, oh, they frozen like McDonald's. No, they make them on the spot.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Take
Cause
my word
you
for it.
look like you know. You like you're a bit back over there. So it look like you kind of.
Oh, wait till you see me. You're gonna see how big this big is, really.
It look like you know what you're talking
You
about.
wait,
So
wait
I'm
till
gonna
you see this
try.
back. Wait till you see me. Okay, now LaLa, this is the part of the show where you get to flow, you get to say what you want to say, promote what you want to promote. The floor is yours.
Okay. I want everybody to go out if you can. And you can follow me on Facebook at LaNacia Jackson on Facebook.
Point down, point down, point down.
Oh,
I'm putting all your information right
LaNacia
there.
Jackson on Facebook. I don't really know my Instagram, so I'm not going to even say it.
Oh, you suck, LaLa.
I'm horrible.
Oh, you
But
suck,
I'll
LaLa.
give it to
I'm
I'll
gonna
give
get
it to
it to the
AJ, and
people, to the
AJ can
people,
still
to the people listening. Don't worry. By the time this video get out, her Instagram name will be right under there. Her
AJ
unknown
can
Instagram
give
name.
AJ can give you guys my Instagram name. But if I can leave anything with you on today, walk in your God-given purpose. Do not do anything for money. Do not chase that bag. You better chase God. God gonna give you that bag. He gonna give you happiness. He gonna give you peace. And I also want to say that I just want to thank AJ for allowing me to be on his podcast on today. And I speak life into him, and that God bless his podcast beyond measures, and doors and opportunities open up for him in such a way. And that if we can reach anybody on this podcast on today that's battling mental health, like he said in the beginning of the podcast, that you will seek help, reach out to AJ, reach out to me, go to a church, talk to somebody about what you're going through on today. I don't care what it is. The next thing I would want to say is build a relationship with your God, because he's your God. He belongs, he just don't belong to me. He don't belong to AJ. He belongs to you too. He's all of our God. Reach out to God and build that relationship with him, because he's going to lead you to purpose. He's going to lead you to destiny, and you are going to be shocked of who you're going to become. And if I can promote anybody on today after watching this video, give God your yes. Give him your yes. Give him your yes and watch
Hold on.
what he do.
Hold on, LaLa, before we get out of here, because I just hear it on your tone. You're going to take us out with a prayer. So you
Oh,
got to take us out with a prayer. So go ahead, LaLa. I got a couple more minutes, but them minutes belong to you in this prayer. So I must be quiet.
okay. Gracious Father God, we thank you on today, God. We magnify your name, God. We give you glory. We give you honor, God, and we give you praise for what you're about to do, not just on this week, God, but God, on this month, God, on this year, God, God, let overflow, God, hit your people on today, God, everywhere they're hurting, God, everything that has happened to them on this year, God, that you will restore them in such a way. God, that this year will be the best year, God. That these last 3 2 months of this year, God, will be the best 2 months of their life, God. Yakondoro roba shekoro. God, we bind suicide, God. Yakondoro. We bind depression on today. We bind anxiety on today. Yakondoro roba shekoro. God, we bind all the demonic warfare that's been sent out in the land on today, God. Yakoro roba. God, we lift up the body of Christ, God. We lift up Rokanyaba. We lift up the people on today. Yakoro roba. That somebody will be set free. Somebody koro roba shekoro will get closer to you. Yakondoro roba shekoro. That somebody yaro shekoro will give you their yes on today. Yaro shekoro. And God, we even lift up AJ on today. Yaro shekondoro sheyaba. Roba she. We lift up his podcast. We lift up his finances. Yaro shekondoro sheyaba. We lift him up in such a way that he'll reach millions of viewers. Yoroshe. And God, we give you the praise. And God, we give you the honor and we give you the glory for what you're about to do in his life. Yoroshe. I believe that he's going to have millions Yoroshe of viewers. Yakondoro roba shekoro. And God, we speak life into him. We speak life into his projects. We speak life Yoroshe roba shekondoro into him like never before. And God, we give you the praise. We give you the honor and we give you the glory. Amen.
Amen. Cal Podcast 5-year anniversary. Today is our anniversary, November 12th, 2020. We started this thing and look at us now. Like literally just to have you on LaLa, it has been an honor and a privilege. That prayer, I take that in full-hearted. I want whatever he got for me, I want it, and thank you so much. Now phone died. Cal Podcast, what a way to end it.
G14 classified. That's good.
Headline, Starlight.
DJ Star.